This is the detailed guide for creating authentication using Cognito. So first step is to create the Cognito user pool. So go to the Cognito and user pool and create a Cognito user pool. When you create an application, client is also created along with it. You define the name of your application and the sign-in options that you wanted to give for the users in their login page. And also the mandatory attribute that you require for the sign up needs to be defined here. So once those two things are defined, we can optionally define the redirection URL upon successful login. So here I will make use of email as the mandatory attribute for sign up, and then as a redirection URL upon the successful login, I will give the static website's index.html. So our static website is hosted in the S3 bucket, and I am giving the index.html of that S3 bucket here to create the user pool. So here we could see three different options. One is to set up our application by using React, Angular and JavaScript. Based upon our environment, we can choose the client, and then we can copy the code that we can make use of to build the login and the sign up pages by using Cognito user pool and identity pools. In my case, I will make use of the JavaScript. We can see the overview of the login page and have a feel about how the login page and the sign up page will look like. Here I am trying to create a user entry. Under the user management section, you can see the users and the groups detail. Now you have to give the code that you receive in your email to get the confirmation. Now you log in with the sign in details. Upon the successful login, you can see the redirection happening to our static websites, which is hosted on the S3. Next step is to configure the Cognito identity pool. When you want to create your own login and sign up pages, you need to create both user pool ID as well as the identity pool ID. Next step is to create the Cognito identity pool. In my case, I'm going to create an identity pool. So I will give the Amazon uh, user pool as one of the entry. Here in the authenticated identity sources, I will make use of Amazon Cognito user pool. And then you can give a name for the IAM role that it is going to create, and you can view the policy document for what all permission it is going to give. Yeah, we could see. Yeah. Now you need to choose the user pool you have just created and enter the app client ID which is created along with the user pool by default. You can give a name for the identity pool and then click next. Now the identity pool is created. Yeah. You have to note down this identity pool ID. So, and you go back to the user pool and copy the user pool app client detail, and you have to copy the app client ID as well as the user pool ID. So once these informations are available, then we can configure our own login and sign up pages and integrate it with our application. So I have integrated with my application. You can refer this repository AWS Cognito user login, and it is created by Aravind Nico. He is one of my friend and I have forked the repository from him. And it has a detailed step, although the steps are pretty much old, but still the code snippet which is available in that repository is in good shape. So you download that repository and you navigate to the index.js file. I have renamed it to join.js. You need to update the user pool ID, identity pool ID, and the user pool detail. Now, once those are updated, you can integrate it with your existing application. I have integrated with my application under the member registration to make use of the AWS Cognito user pool and identity pool. So you could see upon the successful login, the redirection happens to the required page. Hope you like this video, and if you have any doubts, do let me know in the comments. Please share with your friends and like this video and subscribe the channel. Thank you.